amidst the face of oppression and terror, it is vital that we stand united. We do not back down. We do not say quit. We do not hide who we are. Because if we change anything about the way that we live, because someone who was so filled with hate decided to attempt to destroy us, then they win. People who want to strike fear into our hearts win when we decide to hide from them instead of standing up united. Just want to extend my prayers to those involved in those with loved ones involved in the shooting at Pulse nightclub this past weekend in Orlando. Hey guys, this is Mick. Welcome back to another episode of the Poly Vlog. I'm shooting this a little late and I'm shooting it at my desk, so I apologize for the informality. But we've been, over the past few weeks, covering a series on coming out polyamorous. And today I wanted to talk a little bit about what would become of you should you come out to family or friends and you're rejected. Well, that's really tough. And I've talked with many members of the poly community, and they have had rejection from family members. And they've dealt a lot with that pain. So I want to talk a little bit about that. See, when you begin to come out, you need to prepare yourself for the possibility that you're going to be rejected. If you weren't thinking that when you go into it, then it's probably a mistake. You need to prepare yourself for the worst. When you deliver news like this, it strikes so much discomfort into anybody with modern mainstream understanding that they are extremely uncomfortable with it. They will view your rejection of monogamy as an assault on monogamy itself. So you need to be prepared for the fact that you're not going to be accepted. But you also understand that the initial reaction that your family has may not be their ultimate reaction to it. It takes a little bit of time for information like this to settle in, and they will eventually come to understand what it is you're doing. And even if they don't, they'll often find ways to look around it because they love you. So realize that an initial reaction of rejection or fear or frustration or some sort of non-acceptance is not necessarily the final reaction. In all of this, though, the most important part would be self-acceptance. See, if you accept yourself, then the acceptance of others is less important. If you feel confident in who you are and what you truly choose to do with your life and act accordingly with conviction, then the reactions of others is only going to be secondary. Yes, it would be great if we could all be accepted for who we are by people who love us, but that's not always the case. But if you accept who you are and you love who you are and you're being true to that self, then there's very little that anybody can do to truly hurt you. But along with that would be the understanding that you need to know your stuff, because you're going to get hit with a lot of probing questions about what it is that you do, what it is that you want, what this means for your life, what this means for your children, what this means for everything about the way you live. You need to understand the history of poly, its common practices, what it is and what it isn't, and be prepared to answer those questions when a loved one asks. If you experience rejection, it is best to turn to your support network in order to help you in times and let you have an outlet for support for discussing these rejections. That may mean your poly partners. That may mean your immediate family. That may mean your local network of poly associates, poly-friendly people, or even if you've got no one else, turn to the internet. Go to the forums, go to the Facebook groups, and vent your emotions there. The community is very supportive, and you need a place to feel reinforced about the decision to do this, because a negative reaction can often be very devastating, and you need to be able to find someone who supports this decision in the face of being rejected for it. Lastly, when dealing with some issues, especially around rejection from our parents, it might be a good idea to see a poly-friendly therapist about these emotions that you have. A lot of people have a lot of baggage built up from their parents when they were kids, and it can go pretty devastating. If you have some problems with some severe emotional reactions to the way that your parents are reacting to your coming out, I would recommend a therapist. So, coming out to friends and family, understand that they may not understand immediately, but we're facing a new paradigm shift where people are coming to understand that monogamy is just an option, not mandatory. And the more faces that we have for the polyamory front, the more apparent it becomes to society, and therefore the more mainstream it will become. It's important that people are gut checked, and they have to check in their fears and their insecurities surrounding their relationships and their understanding of sexuality. And continuing to be out polyamorously is the best way that any of us can make mainstream society confront that. So I hope this has helped.
So thanks so much for watching. If this was your first time viewing the Polyvlog, please click the subscribe button and click that like button if you like today's video. We post here every Tuesday and Thursday in our continual effort to promote polyamory as a healthy and conscious, loving choice.
Please check the description box below for links to our website, Facebook, and Twitter, and then head on over to Facebook and follow us there. Until next time,
Love abundantly.